For you. Go. Let's take a deep breath. So you don't hold the microphone. It's just there. Okay. There you go. You're good. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the brave?
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for taking time today to join us. What a celebration. It's been a long time coming, and we're so excited to have this honor to demo today in celebration of our new building. We are so grateful to our governor and to the legislation for providing the ability for us to have a new building. So many of us our students are dealing with buildings in disrepair, and we are just so grateful to be able to start a new chapter in the history of education for deaf and blind students across Arkansas. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Robert Fagan.
Thank you very much, Ms. Walsh. It's a beautiful day in Arkansas, isn't it? Yes. So, if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to kind of speak to the governor for a minute. Governor, 2 Valentine's Days ago, you gave the students of Arkansas who are deaf and who are blind a gift. Not only a gift of monetary, but a gift of a plan, of a vision, no pun intended. And after 13 months later, we are now starting to see these plans and this dream, this vision come true. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, Dr. John McAllister, Ms. Carrie Smith, Mr. Jerry Ballou, Mr. Philip Howe, and Ms. Holly Mott, we thank you very much for your vision and your dream of a state-of-the-art facility for blind and visually impaired students and deaf students in the state of Arkansas. So, Governor, again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you so much.
Hey, and good morning. I want to welcome everyone today to the Arkansas School for the Deaf campus, and I want to give a little bit about my backstory. I actually grew up in the dorms, and I lived right over here, and my father came to the Votech building, and we actually had a body shop at that time, body repair, painting, and getting everything fixed, brake pads, all that sort of stuff. And my mother actually dining room tables to the school as well, and in our carpentry class we did that. It was an amazing experience back in the day when I was a student here. And so now this building is going to be demolished, but that's okay. We know that the history still stands and that our deaf community still supports us, and we're going to grow and continue to improve our education for deaf students. Wow, it is fantastic. Thank you so much to the governor as well as our superintendent for all the support they've given to us and the deaf community and all the updating and renovation they've done. We are extremely appreciative of all the growth and the expansion that this school is doing for our deaf community. We know that this dream is coming, and we are excited to see it fulfilled. Thank you all. Thank you. And now introducing Secretary of Education, Oliva.
So I'm gonna do my best here. Good morning. Did I get that right? You have to back me up. So my name is Jacob Oliva. Okay, I think I took a couple of lessons to prepare for today. So as Mr. Ballou stated, my name is Jacob Oliva. I'm the Secretary of Education, and I get the great responsibility to work with the young scholars all over the state. So to the students that are here today, this is why we do what we do, to support you and make sure that you have the right resources and learning environment to help you succeed in your goals in life. About 3 years ago, Governor Sanders became governor and asked you, well, actually just over 2.5, going on 3 years, asked me to join her in improving education in the state. And we worked on some bold reform initiatives like Arkansas Learns. We're working on initiatives called Arkansas Access. And when she gave us that commitment or that charge, it was to make sure that every student in the state is on a path to be successful. And when she said every student, she meant every student, including the students that attend the school right here that we're sitting on in this campus today. So we went around the whole state and toured schools all over, and we even toured this school, and we work with school districts to make sure that they have the right resources, have all the right best teachers, the best leaders, working with the students each and every single day. And when we toured this school, it was not a different conversation. We came back and said, it's time to make a large investment. And she was able to work with the legislature, work with the leadership here, with the board, and said, we're going to make sure that we make this campus state of the art, and not only just the showcase flagship campus for students in the state of Arkansas. When we do this, we're going to do it so well that every other state is going to be jealous of what we're creating here and want to come and see the magic that's happening. So we're very excited to be on this journey along with you to lead up to this monumental event where action is starting to going to take place. So we wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't support of the people in the school, the community, the legislature, and most importantly, Governor Sanders, who I have the privilege of introducing up as our next keynote speaker, who came here in person because this is so important to her to make sure that we get this right. So please, please, please join me in welcoming our 47th governor of the state of Arkansas, Ms. Governor Sanders.
Good morning. I'm not going to attempt to take on what Jacob did. I'm going to leave it to you, the expert, to interpret for this morning. But I want to say thank you so much for joining us. And I want to give a special thank you to Secretary Oliva, who's doing a fabulous job making sure that every student in the state of Arkansas has access to a quality education. I also want to thank and welcome Superintendent Nicole Walsh, who has not been here that long but has already hit the ground running and is doing a fabulous job leading here, as well as Board Chairman Robert Fagan, who I've had the opportunity to get to know over the past couple of years. And not only a tremendous leader, but what I really love is that he tells it just like he sees it and doesn't hold back in the slightest bit. And I think it's pretty refreshing to have him leading the effort and doing such a fabulous job. And also to Jerry Ballou, who has such an amazing story here at this historic institution and is doing a great job on the board. And I want to thank all of our board members for the dedication that they have to ensuring that every single student here is getting the education not only that they need, but that they deserve. We also have a number of our state legislators that are here today. I know I saw Speaker Evans, who has been instrumental in the reason that we are all here today. And so a special thank you to him, as well as all of the members of the legislature who have worked so closely with us to ensure that we have the ability to be here. But the most important people that we are here to celebrate and recognize that make this place so unbelievably special are our teachers, our parents, and of course, our students. We were lucky enough to have a group of students from the 3rd through 6th grade at the Capitol this week to sing in the rotunda. And it was a perfect reminder of why this community is so unbelievably important to the state of Arkansas. And today is an enormous day for this campus, for every blind and deaf Arkansan, and for our entire state. Back in late 2023, I toured this school for my first time as the governor. We talked with some great educators. We saw students thriving in an inclusive, accessible setting. And we heard from alumni and parents who have so many great memories and feelings toward this historic institution. But I also saw the other side of the school that day, the 100-year-old buildings, the crumbling walls, the leaky ceilings, and the drafty halls. It became clear that day that Arkansas had made a commitment to our blind and deaf kids, and we weren't living up to that promise. So we got to work right after that, tapping into this amazing community that supports this historic establishment. And just over a year ago, we announced a generational investment in this campus. And today, that project officially begins. And this project sends a message that Arkansas supports every student of every background in the state. Through the planning process, I've gotten in touch with some of the tireless advocates who have pushed for today for many years. One of them is Carrie Smith, whose son Griffin has been a student at the School for the Blind and Visually Impaired since he was 2.5 years old. Like most everyone else, Carrie wants this project started as quickly as possible, but she also appreciates how intentional the planning process has been. We've had blind and deaf architects. We've even included the kids in the planning process as well, because we want them to have a say in a place that many of them refer to as their second home. In the meantime, we've already started to make major changes here on the campus. We've improved the safety to keep the kids safe and secure. We've started sharing services between blind and deaf students, and blind and deaf kids have started eating meals together, practicing wrestling together, and even competed in an inaugural turkey trot together this fall, which we're very proud of. I've also gotten to know Philip Powell, who, like Carrie, serves on the school's board. In his home state of Alabama, Philip attended public schools where it was rare for him to run into other deaf kids. But here in Arkansas, he sees an opportunity to not just build better facilities for Arkansas's blind and deaf students, but to create, as he puts it, a shining light on the hill. Thousands of Arkansans drive by this campus every day, and they look up from Markham and see the 100-year-old buildings. He wants those people instead to look up and see a beacon. He said he wants other Arkansas parents to see the school and be jealous that they can't send their kids there. And that's what we want too, Philip. That's the vision. But now it's time to get to work. It's time to get started building this school and delivering on Arkansas's promise to its deaf and blind students. Once again, thank you to all of those who have played such a big role in this project. We would never be here if it weren't for you and your commitment to these kids and to this community. This is a great day of celebration in Arkansas, and I'm so honored and proud that we get to share it with all of you. Thank you for the work you're doing, and let's get this project started and finished so that our kids get the great education they deserve. Thank you so much for being here.
Are you ready to tear it down? You ready? Okay. So we're going to...